Morris, how are you?
Good morning. How you doing today?
Excellent. How are things on the Mohawk Trail?
It's beautiful. With the flowers out and it's a beautiful ride out on Route 2. I take it every day from Boston out to Irving.
You counter traffic, right?
That's right. I snicker at the folks in line on the other side.
Tell us about Irving Industries. I mean, I know you've been around for a few years.
We have. Irving's 107 years old. Started in 1905. Originally by my great-grandfather and my great-uncle. The company originally started in Holyoke, Mass. and then was moved in the early teens to Irving.
Wow.
We manufacture tissue paper. It's all recycled, so we bring in about 13 truckloads a day of waste paper, sorted office waste and curbside waste pickup, some printer's waste, and it goes through a system and then comes to our plant for recycling, and we turn it into tissue paper.
That's excellent. You have to be the biggest employer in Irving.
We certainly are, but that's not saying much.
You are Irving, aren't you?
We pretty much are, that's right. There are only about 1,000 folks
But it's
there,
a beautiful area that you're in. You have the stream coming by, and it really is quite picturesque, very New England.
It's a thing. It's the Millers River, and yeah, I think it's just gorgeous out there. All 4 seasons driving by the Millers River.
Now, how many you have quite a legacy with this business. You're quite understated, and you just say, we make paper. But there really is a nice history to the company. Can you tell our entrepreneurial listeners a little bit about that?
Sure. Let's see. My great-uncle and grandfather essentially started the business, and there's a bit of a mystery there. We're not quite sure how he came into it. Was my great-uncle worked at the Bank of Holyoke, and we assume that there were some financial challenges with C. Elmer Pope was the originator of the paper mill, and we believe that he got into some trouble, and so the Bank of Holyoke came in. And at some point in time, perhaps my great-uncle was given some stock. Right. And we don't know the whole story. Then he and my grandfather ran the mill for years, and then handed it over to my dad, who, the backstory is he really wanted to be a lawyer, my dad. But when my great-uncle died, a few days before I was born in 1963, my grandmother insisted that my dad leave law school and come back to the paper mill and work with my grandfather. And so little by little, my grandfather retired to Florida, and my dad took it over. And he grew the business quite successfully through the 70s and 80s and into the 90s. We've since shrunk back down and refocused on the core business. But my dad really, the name Irving, it'd be pretty hard to find a napkin or a toilet tissue or toweling in the 80s and 90s that didn't say Irving on it.
Right.
So.
Wow.